management, or sponsors.
Welcome to the Ask the Experts show with local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Enjoy being educated in such topics as personal injury law, community association law, family law, bankruptcy law, along with health show topics like pain management, men's health, and dental implants. Now, sit back and enjoy today's Ask the Experts with host Steve-O.
Hey, good evening. Another Ask the Experts with some of South Florida's finest businesses in the areas of health, legal, financial, and home improvement. You know, when we get an opening, which is very seldom, we look at your emails to see what kind of shows you want. And I guess with how hot the real estate business is, we have got a property inspection show tonight. JT Property Inspections. We have the owner with us, Jay Taylor, tonight. And you're going to learn about property inspections. And what I just found out, there are some people a little bit less, but you get exactly what you pay for. And it seems like a lot of the ones that are a lot less you go with, you're going to end up spending so much more. We have the top property inspection company in South Florida, especially in Palm Beach County. Let me introduce you to our expert, Jay Taylor. Hi, Jay.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. I tell you what, we've just our 15 minutes of talking. I've learned more about property inspections. Mm-hmm. How long have you been in business for?
I've been doing home inspections in South Florida about 22 years now. Yeah.
So you got this list in your head of everything you've got to go through.
Pretty much. And then I can see, things that are just not right pretty much right away once I walk into a house.
Well, tell us about your business. Tell me everything that you do.
I've been in business 22 years, like I said, servicing all of South Florida. We do home inspections, when people are buying a house, or if you're selling a house, we do pre-listing inspections as well. Also, with mitigation inspections, 4-point inspections, and mold inspections. We do a lot of stuff on the environmental side. And if you have a house on the water, we also do seawall inspections.
Wow. So now, if a person, when do you get involved? Do you get involved before or after the sale?
Normally, before. Once there's an executed contract,
right?
The listing agent usually give the buyers and
how much time do they have?
Between 3 to 10 days inspection period. It all depends on how they word it in the contract. It could be longer, sometimes it could be shorter, but they can file for an extension if needed.
Now, what happens if you find a lot of things wrong during that 10-day period? Is the contract voided?
It's a way for the client to either get out or have the two agents would negotiate pretty much and give I always suggest get credit. Try not to let the sellers fix anything. Always just get credit and you do the repairs on your own.
Well, I tell you something that's so incredible about your business. I was living in a rental home, and it was about a 3,500 square foot home, mm-hmm. and I couldn't understand why part of the house was never cool. And the inspector came out, and because somebody was looking at buying the house,
right.
And he said, your air conditioner is too small for this size house. I mean, I would have never thought about it. I mean, there's the air conditioner right here.
Right.
And that was the reason why that one air conditioning, no matter how large it was, because it needed a second air conditioner for the other side of the house.
Yes.
But inspector had to find that.
Right. Yeah, because, we look at the size, the age, and, a lot of components, the coils, the ductwork, insulation in the attic. It's a lot of components to making that house cool, not just the thermostat.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, if they have a pool, do you inspect the pool?
Yes, we inspect pools as well.
Wow.
And, the only thing we really don't inspect on pools, if they have a heater.
Okay.
Most heaters take a long time to heat up. Lately, I've seen a few that.
What if it has a leak?
Normally when pools leak, it's at the skimmer. We recommend a licensed pool contractor to come out and repair that.
So they should have a pool person
Well-
come out to do that.
Well, I mean, whatever defects we find, we'll recommend that a pool company come out and fix it.
So now tell us the areas that you cover.
Basic cover area is Broward and Palm Beach, but we'll go anywhere in the state, for if the job is big enough. We'll go anywhere in South Florida, to do the job.
And are you a franchise?
No.
Okay, so you own your own business.
Yes.
And tell me what you do with COVID now. What do you do when you come out to someone's house so people feel safe?
Well, everyone is masked up, gloved up, and a lot of booties lately, we got to wear those in the house. When we're alone, you could take that stuff off. But when we're in people's house, we have to respect, the whole COVID situation.
So safety is very important.
Yeah, every inspector have on their masks, so we have our stuff ready when we're on our inspections.
So how long does it take you to inspect a home?
It all depends on the size and what's there. Some homes you can go. A typical home is about 2.5, 3 hours, but sometimes it could take more. Depending if every room, every item, every component, I'm finding issues. It's going to slow me down, so it's going to take maybe up to 5 hours. It all depends on what's there.
Well, we definitely want you to hire JT Property and Inspections because we endorse them. But what questions should people ask when it comes to a home inspector?
Well, you want to know how long they've been in business. That's one of their experience, license, insurance. Those.
You have to be licensed in Texas. I mean, in Florida.
Yes, you have to be a licensed in Florida. Not just the company. Each individual inspector has to carry their own license as well, and liability insurance, and it has to be background checked and all of that stuff before you can just go out and start doing home inspections.
Tell me when it comes to mold and mildew.
Mm-hmm.
So when you inspect a house, you actually tell them if you think they have mold.
Right. A mold inspection is not a typical part of our general home inspection, but if we see mold, we don't want to scare people, so we let them know we believe this is mold or there's a black-like substance here. We suggest you get an inspection, and a lot of times, since I'm licensed to do mold, we'll take a swab, or if they want to go the whole way, we'll tell them not yet, because what if you don't get the house? What if the deal fall apart and you spend that money with me for no reason? So let's get through. At least there's mold there, and once you're going to get the house, we'll deal with it at that time, or we can give the invoices so they can either pass it along to the seller or whatever. But don't.
Is it okay to buy a house that has mold?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So not to worry about it. It can be taken care of later.
Yes.
Okay. You do what's called a 4-point inspection.
Yes.
Tell us what that means.
4-point inspection is an inspection for insurance. The insurance companies want to know the condition of the 4 major components of the house: the roof, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. Now, those same items are on your home inspection, but they have their separate form with a separate data that they want. So we do those inspections, and those are strictly for insurance purposes.
Okay. And they're plumbing? Oh, we got a question from the audience.
I wanted to ask about FHA mortgages. Do you cover those type of inspections?
Yeah, yes. I'm an FHA HUD approved inspector.
Okay, so those are a little bit more strict than regular, no?
Yes, not necessarily on the home inspection side, but more what's in the house. Certain things have to be in the home, and they have to be in livable condition for them to get an FHA.
Freddie always has great questions, always. Okay. I saw a house one time, and the fence looked like it was in really bad shape. Mm-hmm. Do you inspect the fence at all to see if it's okay?
We mentioned
if it's going to have to be replaced.
We will mention certain things to the fence, but that's not really a part of a typical home inspection. But even items that we don't inspect, we will mention it on the report.
Oh, okay.
We'll mention it. Because
that's why your company's been so successful.
Right. You can't go to a house and see something, even though we don't inspect it, and not say anything.
Right.
Even it's not
part of your job, but what you'll do
It's
is
informational. It's
right.
informational only, not part of the inspection, pretty much.
And what is wind mitigation?
That's another inspection for insurance. That
Okay.
the wind mitigation tells the insurance company how your house would fare during a
Hurricane?
Hurricane. Do you have the shape of your roof is important.
Okay.
The opening protection, meaning like, do you have impact windows? Do you have panels, accordion shutters? And just because you have those doesn't mean anything unless they're Miami-Dade approved, and you have to have the NOA and certain numbers on those items to make sure to prove to
that's
the insurance
right, 'cause
company. Yeah.
They is it each county or each state
Well,
have laws?
Broward and Dade are the strictest in the country.
Okay.
That's the HVAC zone.
Okay.
So those Broward and Dade county has to have the strictest rules as far as wind mitigation goes.
So you have to have a certain type of window.
Yes, not just that. The way the roof to wall connection.
Is that right? The way the roof is?
The shape of the roof to wall connection, roof deck attachment. Is 7 main things that they want to know about the house on a wind mitigation. We have to answer all. There's a question number 6. Very few people get it because that's a secondary water resistant barrier, and you can only tell if that's on there while the roof is being installed. So I always tell people when I see them getting a new roof, you take pictures of that stuff. Most roofers have it, but most people don't take the time to bother to get it.
Okay, this is probably a dumb question, and I know you get up on the roof.
Yes.
How do you know if there's a leak there?
That's the attic. The attic tells us.
Oh,
and then
I see.
and
Okay.
then the eaves, that's where you tell them, because most roofs are gable and the water runs down. So you'll look in the eaves or in the soffit, and you can see stains. And if you don't see any repairs or anything, you know there's some problems going on there. It's very rare you see an active leak unless it's raining. I've been to many
Right.
inspections where it's raining and I'm seeing water dripping. So no brainer, we got a leak here.
What do you look at when you're up in an attic?
Well,
You're looking for leaks.
we're looking for leaks. We're checking the insulation. We're checking for plumbing. With bad plumbing, we're checking for the bad wiring, insulation, duct work. There's a lot of different things that you check while you're in an attic during an inspection. Not just the rafters and the truss. There's a lot of things that goes on in an attic, and you have to identify those.
Do you know
things.
there's houses that are older than the 70s that they used to use the plumbing was done with a certain type of pipe,
Yeah, cast iron.
cast iron pipe.
Yeah.
And it seems like if you had a house earlier than the 70s, you might have to get that replaced.
Yeah.
Do you look for that?
But well, if we see it, we identify it, and we suggest that they get a.
Because that's expensive, right?
If it breaks, you got real problems, especially under the house. We suggest that they get a sewer line inspection, from a licensed plumbing company.
Right.
Yeah, that's the best way to do that.
Okay.
That's an additional cost, but again, it's worth it because I've seen many homes after didn't get, they decline.
Right.
We offer everything to everybody. We're not trying to upsell anybody. This is what we do. We suggest these other services.
This is why you've been around for so long.
Yeah, we suggest because you don't. I'm not trying to spend anybody's money, but we just know what's going to happen
Right.
in a certain period of time. With the last couple of years, so many pipes have been breaking.
And so
Especially-
houses that are 1970 and,
yeah, and
older.
yeah, you want to. If we see the cast iron plumbing on the vent stack or in the attic, we suggest that to the customers. They get.
And that's a big deal. Oh,
yeah.
my gosh. We're going to go to break. We're here with Jay Taylor. He's the owner of JT Property Inspections. And I'm telling you, if you are in the market to buy a house and you need to get an inspector, you don't have to go through the internet to find somebody. We have the best here. Give everybody your phone number, Jay.
If you're in Palm Beach County, my number is 561-594-7878. Broward County, you can reach us at 739-7878. And in Dade County, 305-515-7878.
And I think he'll be putting the show up on his website next week. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll have more with Jay Taylor.
JT Property Inspections is a top home inspection company in South Florida. Jay Taylor is the owner and licensed mold and home inspector of JT Property Inspections. Since he's opened his doors in 1999, he has always given his all to his customers. Jay Taylor has over 20 years of experience, and you can really notice the difference. His experience and extensive knowledge allows his crew to give every single one of his customers the best experience possible when it comes to home inspection. Jay and his team put all of their knowledge and experience to work for you and will keep you informed every step of the way. Given their 2 decades of experience, JT Property Inspection knows exactly what the systems and components are supposed to look like and how to spot the signs when something needs further investigation. JT Property Inspections offers services in home inspections, mold inspections, wind mitigation, and their 4-point inspect. This inspection services the most important spaces in your home: your electrical system, your plumbing system, your HVAC system, and finally, your roof. For your home inspection, why not call the best, JT Property Inspections, at 561-594-7878.
We are back. This is the Ask the Expert show. We're on every Monday and Thursday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. drive time. This is our 6th year. We do a live show every week, and we had so many calls from listeners wanting to know about property inspections, which I know zero about. So what we did is we got the best property inspection company here in South Florida. The name of the company is J, as in J, T as in Taylor, Property Inspections. Jay Taylor is the owner, and we're talking about keeping you from getting ripped off by other property inspections. And we have talked about how some companies will rip you off.
Exactly.
And one of the things is, and I like what you said. You said, someone might come in $50 less, and you go with them, but you end up spending $500 or $1,200 more. Tell us about that.
So many times we lose jobs because of pricing, $50 difference. But what the buyer don't understand, all home inspection companies are not the same. All home inspectors are not the same. You might save $50 now on the initial home inspection, but if that guy missed your roof, he doesn't give you the right roof measurement, you don't get the right roof credit, you're losing. He don't give you the right roof-to-wall connection in attic, you're losing. You're paying $1,200 more on your premium for insurance when you could, if you would have came to someone who really knows what they're doing, save so much money. I had to go back and clean up so many inspections over the years. I feel bad, but we don't do inspections for free.
Right.
So use us up.
You've been doing this for 23 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Long time.
And there's a reason for that.
Yes, sir.
You don't stay in business that long when you don't do your customers right.
Absolutely correct.
We didn't talk about termite inspection.
Right.
Now, is that included as part of a property inspection?
No, we suggest a termite inspection, and whenever a customer asks, that's an additional fee, and a licensed pest control operator comes out and do that inspection.
Okay. Can you eyeball that and tell?
Absolutely. I used to be a WDO card holder, so I know it. I know termites. Yeah.
So if people have termites, you can find those in fences, wood fences.
Yes. Common places, the attic, fascia, places like that, around door casings, spots like that, yes.
What do you want our listeners to know about your company? You do property inspections, but you don't just do that. You do mold and mildew.
Yeah, we do mold inspections. And we also work close with restoration companies doing clearance testing, protocols. Anything dealing with mold, we're licensed to do it and take care of that stuff for you.
Well, I think it's so wonderful what your company does. What are the costs? I guess you just tell me it's figured by the square footage.
Yeah, square footage, pretty much.
So what is an average, say, 2,000 square foot home run?
2,000 square foot home with that's over 30 years old, would run maybe $475 to $500 for the comprehensive inspection and your wind mitigation and your 4-point inspection.
That's not much at all.
Not at all. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there, so you have to be very competitive with your price, but we can't do them for free. We have to.
Well,
really,
you've got the experience.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there who just put a sign up on
Yes.
their truck
Yes.
and say they're property inspectors, but it's going to cost you. I mean, you said, it's not going to cost you now. It's going to cost you less now, but you're going to have to pay later. And
For
listen,
sure.
when you're buying a house, you want to make sure that the house has been inspected right.
Right. I don't get it. This is one of the biggest investment most people make, and they make the decision to go with somebody because they're $50 cheaper.
Right.
I never could understand that concept. The biggest investment you're making, but this guy's $50 cheaper. Been in business 1 year. I'm $50 more. Been in business 20-something years, but they go with him. And then later on, they call me. And I feel bad for those people because they don't know. Everybody want to save $1 here.
I think
but
your business, people just don't understand
yeah,
your
that-
business.
that's it.
And that's what we're doing
We're not
with
all
this
the
show.
same. Yeah, all home inspectors are not the same. Everybody knows. I forgot more stuff than most guys know in the industry now. You know what I mean?
Should the buyer be there with you when you're doing the inspection?
It's not a must, but I suggest that they do. Now, there's a different type of inspection that we do, NACA inspections. The buyer needs to be there because they need to be photographed to be on the report. But generally, I suggest that they do. But if it's not a must, they don't have to come, or they can send a representative. It's every situation is different, but I
So
don't
it's
have a
up
problem.
to the individual.
Yeah, it's up to the individual.
Okay. And I want to ask you, we have a lot of investors that listen to this show. So if a person has multiple locations, do you give any kind of a discount for that if you're doing 5 or 6 of their homes?
Yes, we normally
Because there's a lot of people now that
Right.
buy a home,
Right.
remodel it, and then sell it.
right. We do, yeah. When we have people that use us frequently, we definitely need to do that, and we also, for first responders, medical personnel, we give police officers, we give discount for them as well. But that's something that we've been doing before the pandemic. We've
Okay.
always been doing that. You got to help out.
How is your business different now with the pandemic?
I got to be honest, it's busier.
Busier? Okay.
I was a little surprised, but we're busy.
Because you can't Zoom what you do.
No,
You got to be there.
you got to go there.
So a lot of businesses, they do
Yeah.
Zoom now,
Yeah.
like we do.
Right.
But you can't do that. You actually
cannot
have to
Zoom.
go
Still have to physically go out there.
to the house.
Yeah, initially we didn't want the clients to come out, but as things get better, we get more knowledge. We still wear your mask, glove, everybody. But come if you have questions. You can email us, ask us, whatever. We still want them to get that experience and see
Right.
what we're getting. What they're paying for.
And now, what kind of report do people get when you're finished?
Each report, everything is customized and very detailed. Each room, each item, and if there's an issue with that item, a cost to a cure. Photographs, just very detailed. And if there's anything wording or question they don't understand, they can easily call us, and someone always will answer the phone and answer their question.
Who's responsible if there's a problem? Is that negotiated into the contract
Well,
between the buyer and seller, or is
no-
it up to the seller to fix the problem?
normally, that really don't concern the home inspector, but the realtors negotiate, and
Okay.
then they hammer it out that way.
And I just want to know, because a lot of people might not know a roofer or a cleaning inspection.
Right.
Do you have people you can recommend?
Yes, we have trusted professionals that we've been working with over the years that we know.
Plumbers, roofers, air
air conditioning guys, electricians. We have those people that definitely we know would are trusted individuals, licensed individuals, and that would not go out and rip anybody off or anything like that.
Because so many people, go through Google.
Yes.
That doesn't make them the
No,
best.
I've been through all of that stuff, so that's how I get the people that I work with now, through personal experience. Because
Right.
I've been ripped off by so many contractors, it's not even funny. So once you find someone good, you keep them, and then you
Right.
recommend them to other people.
Well, we're coming to the end of our first show. You'll be back with us again next month. Give everybody your phone number and your website.
Right. Phone number in Miami-Dade is 305-515-7878. Broward County, 954 561-739-7878. And in Palm Beach, we're 561-594-7878. You can check us out on the web at www.jtpropertyinspections.com.
So even if you're not buying a house, maybe you have a friend or a family member, give JT Property Inspections a call. And like I said, they'll be back with us next week, and hopefully he'll have this show up sometime next week. And we're going to break. We come back. We have Tina Lewert, our family law attorney. We'll be right back.
JT Property Inspections is a top home inspection company in South Florida. Jay Taylor is the owner and licensed mold and home inspector of JT Property Inspections. Since he's opened his doors in 1999, he has always given his all to his customers. Jay Taylor has over 20 years of experience, and you can really notice the difference. His experience and extensive knowledge allows his crew to give every single one of his customers the best experience possible when it comes to home inspection. Jay and his team put all of their knowledge and experience to work for you and will keep you informed every step of the way. Given their 2 decades of experience, JT Property Inspection knows exactly what the systems and components are supposed to look like and how to spot the signs when something needs further investigation. JT Property Inspections offers services in home inspections, mold inspections, wind mitigation, and their 4-point inspect. This inspection services the most important spaces in your home: your electrical system, your plumbing system, your HVAC system, and finally, your roof. For your home inspection, why not call the best JT Property Inspections at 561-594-7878.
Lewert Law Offices is proud to be the family law expert on the Ask the Expert